Well, President Trump signed several executive orders late Monday to reshape the U.S. military. Among the measures, paring back DEI initiatives and a mandate to create the Iron Dome for America, a missile defense system similar to Israel's. Joining us now to discuss is Chris Kirchhoff, the Pentagon Silicon Valley office founder and author of Unit X, How the Pentagon and Silicon Valley Are Transforming the Future of War. So, Chris, what do the latest executive orders mean for defense spending, and how are companies like Lockheed and RTX, which Seana was just noting, how are they positioned within a Trump 2.0 political environment?
Well, we're at a really dynamic moment with the Trump team coming in, taking the reins, and beginning to pursue their very bold agenda. And they're being consistent in the sense that we have seen some dramatic executive orders out of the Trump administration. For instance, the federal hiring freeze, the stop work order on foreign aid. But these don't affect national defense. The defense portfolio remains so far untouched. So I think we're going to see very aggressive action in the coming days and weeks from the Trump team.
So what does that mean for these defense stocks, just in terms of the upside, how big of a boost maybe this will provide to some of these names?
Well, I think it's going to be a boost on the whole. I mean, we just had yesterday the chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee, Senator Wicker, come out with the view that an additional $200 billion should be added to the reconciliation bill currently under discussion today in Miami, Florida, at the Republican conference. So I think we're going to see broad increases across the board for both traditional weapon systems and new entrants.
Now, the defense budget has doubled over the past decade, but analysts have warned that we could see some turbulence under this new administration, especially if you think of things like the Department of Government Efficiency, otherwise known as DOGE. So what's your outlook and really maybe some of the risks there?
Well, I think the risks are mainly political in the sense that there really is broad bipartisan support for transforming the department on a lot of important points that were outlined in the Trump team's vision in Project 2025 and Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth's opening statement. They want to increase lethality. They want to take on hypersonics. They want to make the most of space. And they're now doing these things. So this is a really exciting moment in the sense that we have a lot of new entrants like Anduril, like Palantir, that are coming to the market with products that are directly responsive to the new vision that's being articulated. But these are companies that, by and large, have not yet scaled products to say what a Lockheed or a Lockheed or Boeing can do with platforms. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens in the coming months.
You know, Chris, that's a great point. I guess from your research that you've done and those that you've been talking to within the industry, to what extent do you expect that to reshape just the industry at large?
Well, it's a big open question. So the new entrants in defense don't necessarily have the manufacturing expertise that some of our traditional primes do. And so when the contract amounts get to a certain size and they're expected to deliver a certain unit quantity, they may require more help to get their products to scale. And this could mean potentially, as time goes on, more partnerships between new entrants that so far have been very hostile to the traditional primes. But you could imagine them partnering to scale the products they're developing.
And to follow up on that, Chris, where exactly does the demand lie right now?
So I think the Trump team has been very clear. Hypersonics are a whole new generation of weapon class. That's what you see the executive order on Iron Dome for America related to. Readiness as another concern. But we're really, after Ukraine, after the conflict in the Middle East, seeing a whole new spectrum of technological threats, from autonomous weapon systems, from drones, from more advanced cruise missiles. These are new weapons that threaten a lot of our legacy weapons platforms. So the United States military has a lot of catch up to do.
All right, Chris, always great to speak with you. Thanks so much for taking the time to join us here this morning.
Thank you.